This is Coco of the Coco and Lefty Show. I'd like to wish you all a happy Valentine's Day. I researched the origins of this day and found that it is named for the Valentine's Day Massacre, which occurred in Chicago on February 14th, 1929. Between the rival gangs of the Prohibition mobsters Al Capone and Jimmy Valentine over whiskey distribution territories. Somehow, Hallmark greeting cards morphed this into a day for sending greeting cards. Candy and flowers to loved ones. Hallmark also popularized the bar and bat mitzvah, and I understand that they have something in the works to commemorate Jeffrey Dahmer, the infamous serial killer and preeminent 20th century cannibal. Now, as our show's resident pharmacologist, I am going to discuss the most commonly prescribed sleep medication in America, Lunesta. However, it has some harsh and unrelenting side effects. The most common of these are, strangely, insomnia, also anxiety, constipation, diarrhea, depression, and suicidal ideation. People have been known to sleepwalk and engage in very extreme aggression with complete amnesia for these events. The murder trial of Dr. Malcolm Smith, a wealthy Beverly Hills plastic surgeon accused of the murder of his wife, Helen, has taken a strange turn. It seems that Helen had found out that Dr. Smith had been having a 2-year affair with his surgical nurse and was suing him for a $15 million divorce settlement. Dr. Smith claims that he found her dead in bed. The police determined that she died of strangulation, and Dr. Smith's finger and handprints were found on her neck. Dr. Smith has no memory of this and claims his innocence. The defendant's attorney, the well-known criminal lawyer Michael Stellman, says that his client, Dr. Smith, had taken several Lunesta capsules at bedtime and has absolutely no memory of strangling his wife. Mr. Stellman claims that evidence points to the doctor having done it, but it was due to a side effect of that sleeping medication, and he has amnesia for the incident and is therefore innocent. This has been dubbed the Lunesta defense. by the media. If the jury is convinced that the death was not premeditated and caused by the drug Lunesta, the charge will be dropped to unintentional homicide with extenuating circumstances, and Dr. Smith will be free.
Well, thank you, Coco, for the Valentine wish and the interesting legal defense story that has captured the attention of the American television audience like no story since the O.J. Simpson trial. I have some news from the world of entertainment. I don't know how many of you remember Zsa Zsa Gabor, but the 9 times married 93-year-old actress, the former Miss Hungary of 1938, Zsa Zsa Gabor was recently released from a Hollywood hospital after the amputation of her left leg because of a blood clot and infection. Her husband, the somewhat specious prince, Frederick von Anhalt, says he hopes to have Zsa Zsa's body plasticized when she dies. He says, however, that she is now doing quite well, although she hadn't eaten solid food for several weeks, but is now enjoying takeout matzo ball soup from the famous Al's Beverly Hills Deli. To help defray the medical expenses of some of Ms. Gabor's surgery, the couple's been selling some of her iconic jewelry and clothing. In fact, her amputated leg reportedly sold on eBay for $19,285. Well, enough of this serious news. I was going to give you today's soup of the day from the White House menu. It's a chicken soup made with prunes and leeks. It's a Scottish recipe, and it's called Cocky Leaky soup. I thought the name off-putting. It sounds like something you might make in a toilet bowl. So we're going to skip it, and I'll go on to a restaurant story. A gentleman goes to an upscale French restaurant for dinner. The maitre d' seats him, and the restaurant is lovely. Quiet, soft music, nice lighting, and soon a waiter approaches the table and says, "Good evening, monsieur. My name is Pierre, and I will be your server. How would you like to start your meal?" The man asks Pierre for a bowl of beef consommé, and the waiter shortly brings it, but he has his thumb in it. The man next asks for beef bourguignon, with side dishes of mashed garlic potatoes and creamed spinach. The waiter brings these dishes to the table, each dish served with his thumb in it. When the gentleman is finished eating, Pierre asks if the monsieur would like some dessert. The man requests some warm rice pudding and coffee. Each is promptly served, and each with the waiter's thumb in it. When the man has finished his meal, the waiter presents him with the bill and asks if he has enjoyed his dinner. The man says, yes, the food was delicious and the service excellent, but he was curious as to why the waiter had his thumb in the food. Well, the waiter told him that he had an infection in his thumb and that his doctor had told him to keep it warm and moist to help drain the pus. With this, the man became incensed and said, "You son of a bitch, I'm not going to pay this bill. Get the manager here, and you can go shove your thumb up your ass." The waiter replied, "Oh, monsieur, I do that in the kitchen while our chef prepares the food." And that's our Coco and Lefty show for today. Well, so long until next time. And here's Lucy Lamb. Bye-bye now.
Bye.